This is your daily Solana debrief. It's the 30th of April. We've got plenty going on. Kamino is releasing today. Sanctum has released their Wonderland. That looks very promising. Greed, the meme coin that I was talking about a few weeks ago, that's now releasing on Thursday as well. And there's plenty more, so let's dive in. Firstly, let's start with Mags and Bitcoin pump incoming. Of course, it's not financial advice. This is, it can go up, it can go down, but this is his prediction. So US dollars breaking down, Bitcoin could look like it could retest. However, that's just one man's opinion, but that's what he's thinking at the moment. But we do have some bullish news, such as the Hong Kong spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF trading that's officially live. And here's an important post from Coinbase just to put it all in perspective. Now, Coinbase, you may not know this, but this is basically one of the real OG exchanges that's still around. A lot of them have gone bankrupt. So Coinbase says, so you think you can hodl? Here's what it means. So what we have here is crypto bull markets, bull cycles. They're completely different. Past two bull markets lasted 3.5 years. We're 1.5 years in right now. And this is very interesting because a lot of people that are new, or even just a lot of people in general, will say, when the bull market comes, when the bull market comes. In general, a bull market's just going from bearish sentiment to bullish sentiment in terms of price action. And there are a couple other things that to be factored in there, but I'm just trying to keep it simple. Essentially, we're already in this bull market, and it actually goes longer than you expect. It's just the initial period it can have a lot of chop. It can go up, there's a lot of chop, and it can go down. However, there can be a lot of chop. Now, we don't want chop, of course, but that's just part of it. The other thing to note is, let's say this went up vertically straight away. If it goes straight up vertical, the amount of people that would actually get into crypto and learn about crypto would actually not be that many, in my opinion, because some people jump on because they see the prices going up, and that's generally what happens. But the other issue is they would be burnt very, very fast. It's better to have this kind of pulling sideways motion that pulls you up before you then rocket up. That's my opinion. And of course, it means that there's a lot more time for builders to actually ship stuff, for a cool game to come out, and all that sort of stuff. Because this is one of the major points. We've had a few cycles now, and it's still just all basically speculation. It's, will this token be worth its Web 2 counterparty? As an example, will a new AI token like NOS or something like that, GMRX maybe, will it be worth what, say, a stock price of OpenAI could be? And when you compare things like this, what you're basically trying to work out is, in 10 years' time, we're not really at the stage where there's anything really done extraordinarily well with a lot of ease on the blockchain that Web 2 is not doing better for the most part. So the next point from Coinbase, there have been 5 Bitcoin bull markets. In an average bull market, you will have to survive the following to ride to the top. 6, 5 to 10% drawdowns, 3, 10 to 20% drawdowns. A drawdown is just the price is moving down that amount. 2, 20 to 30% drawdowns, 1, 30 to 40% drawdown, and 1, 40 to 70% drawdown, all during a bull market. So it's very important to know these things just don't go up just automatically. And they've got a guide, so you may want to have a look at this guide. The tweet will be linked below, and then you can find the guide yourself. But in general, you just have to keep in mind Coinbase has been around for quite some time. They have a serious amount of wealth, and markets essentially run by whales more or less. Narratives and other things, but whales have a major say in all of the markets around the world. Trader Cos has a take, 67k before 61k, or I delete this tweet. So there's a little bit of bullish sentiment at the moment. And Mag's another point here. Imagine being bearish on a bullish retest. Now this could mean that it goes up, if he's right, and then it comes back down. But just giving you an idea of how choppy the market is right now. Now on to actual Solana news. So the Kamino Foundation, the Genesis claims will go live today, April 30th at 12 p.m. UTC. So by the time this is actually edited, it'll be a couple of hours after that, which is fine. People are going to be asking, like, what's the fully diluted valuation prediction I have for Kamino? I have no idea. I will be claiming my Kamino, and I will be staking it, and I'll be putting some into liquidity pools. I think Kamino has major product market fit. It makes DeFi far more easy, and it adds that compounding effect. Of course, there's always a risk of impermanent loss, and I think as they grow, they'll have better explainers, better guides, better tools to try and work out what the impermanent loss could be. And essentially, other than liquid staking tokens like JitoSOL, I think Kamino Finance and Meteora, they're going to be your 2 biggest DeFi dApps on Solana. course, Dupe, it's a DeFi dApp in a sense, but it's a DEX. I mean it in terms of liquidity pools. Dupe is something different. Now, to have your hand held a little bit better, Fabiano's got you covered here. So stake your tokens and boost your points for season 2. So essentially what you can do with your Kamino tokens is you can maximize your points for them more tokens. The token generation event of Kamino will be today, and for every $1 of Kamino staked, you earn 3x points per day. It says a couple of different points on different pages, so we'll go through a couple of them. We've got a total staking boost, a max of 300%. However, in other places it says 200, but we'll just go with 300 for now. And of course, the goal would be to try and grab more Kamino now so that you get more Kamino later. And then in the future, you've got similar tokenomics to what we've already experienced. So if we go down, we can see we've got a governance. However, other topics could be a Kamino incentive program, protocol revenue allocations, risk management operation. I have no idea how all tokenomics have to be done now, just due to the fact that, you know, if you buy and burn tokens, does that make you registered security in some countries and not in others? I don't know. It's really confusing out there. So essentially, even if the token is just governance, I don't know how it's all going to work with the new tokens. All I know is I do like Kamino. I use it every day in an automatic way. It's used for the majority of my lending. I'm not using MarginFi. I love Kamino, and I think whether or not the token will go down, it probably would go down in the short term due to the fact that everything is going down in the short term. Every single thing. But just let me show you another page here. This is Aave. This is not going to be the same kind of approach, but I still want to bring it to your attention. Now, Aave token, you can see down here, it had an all-time high of over $660 and an all-time low of $26, which is, you know, a significant increase. But not only that, the actual original token was called Lend. Now, this came out in the bear market or the late stage of the bull market of 2017, 2018. And so when it actually came out at maybe what you could call a decent valuation, and then it rocketed down to basically being worth nothing. The all-time low, nothing. And then it reached this crazy all-time high, and then the Lend token came across and it became the Aave token. Now that was a different cycle. There weren't so many eyes on this token, so it was very different. Plus, you may not know this, but back then there was really nothing when it came to DeFi. DeFi was boring, it was new, and they came along with a trusted working lending protocol, which is still deemed the best. So do I think that Kamino can do the same thing? Not exactly, but I do think Kamino brings a whole lot of value to the lending space, especially on Solana. We have more news, of course, on KMNO Staking. It says up to a maximum of 300% here, but then when we have a look in the docs, it actually says boost your points up to 200%, but maybe they just need to be updated. Now the Kamino token will be live on Backpack if you want to go and trade on Backpack. The speculation with Backpack, of course, is if you actually go and trade with a decent amount of volume, you get a share of random tokens that are being listed, such as Kamino, but also in the future, maybe you get some Backpack token, whatever their exchange token may be. And it's also going to be on Bybit. Now let's move on to staking. So Sanctum is very hot in the liquid staking token space. Now I am the GM of Validator.com. You can see that here. And we don't have a liquid staking token. There is additional risk with liquid staking tokens. Anyone that says there isn't, they're not telling the truth. The risk is low, but there is additional risk. There's also additional learning curves and things like that. And what we've decided with Validator.com is just to keep it simple. So the vast majority of my SOL is with Validator.com, and I suggest for others to stake your SOL with Validator.com. However, of course, there's airdrop potential here, and it would be silly to miss out on airdrop potential. You've got to give it a go. It looks like they're doing some things extraordinarily well, and let's have a quick look again. So welcome to Wonderland. What is Wonderland? It's a place where you can collect pets and earn EXP to level them up. The expectation being that Sanctum will have a token very soon, and that EXP will actually move over and it'll give you some sort of token. You collect the pets, at least 0.1 SOL worth of Sanctum liquid staking tokens. You'll be able to collect its corresponding pet by simply holding the LST in your wallet. Your pets earn EXP. All pets earn 10 EXP per minute for every 1 SOL worth of that particular token. There are 18 pets that you can actually collect, and maybe there's more coming soon. I do have a referral link, and the referral link apparently just gives me the chance at a bonus amount of XP. So I don't know how that necessarily works. And also Wonderland is currently experiencing very high traffic. Maybe it takes you a few hours to actually get in properly. So what we have is we have all these different pets, and it's not showing how it should be showing, as far as I'm aware, to show that I have a pet. And maybe I haven't actually joined up properly, but I've done everything that I can. So we have all of these. This is the actual INF tokens pet. Keep in mind that this pet is not actually an NFT, and it evolves just by getting more XP. You can also get more XP by jumping into different vaults, the Kamino altcoin market INF deposit, MarginFi, the Meteor INF and Sol DLMM pool. So that's really cool. I wouldn't necessarily go in with INF and USDC unless you wanted price exposure to USDC. The Sol price could go down quite significantly, and then you'll get more Sol as people start selling the Sol for USDC. And if Sol price rips up again, then you're just going to be left with this USDC. And I don't think it's worth it this early in a bull market, but that's just my opinion. And with Bonksy, which of course is from Bonk, you're just holding the LST. You're not actually getting any extra points if you go and put it into liquidity pools or anything like that. So it all starts here, starts now. Get amongst it right now. We've got a couple of days to get amongst it. So start actually today, and then we'll cover this more once we've got more information. Because at present, I've already done, as far as I'm aware, Quest 1, but the website's just not updated. FP Lee is part of the Sanctum team, and if you want to read they actually designed Wonderland, read through this. One thing that I think is fairly obvious is they made it very cutesy, very colorful, very bright, very pretty. It's something that you'd happily look at, just in terms of your brain registering the colors, your mind's going, oh yeah, I like it. So well done with what they've done. And also Jay says, if you're not seeing your EXP or pet right now, there's a ridiculous inflow. It will appear, but the servers are being cooked. So give it some time. That's just what's going to happen. Remember, for actually watching your portfolios, you can add your addresses to Asset Dash. They don't have access to the private key or anything like that. And you can see all of your different LSTs. Now let's be realistic here. Prati has a fantastic point. You've got two options in order to get more Sanctum. Farm with a lot of funds. The whales will always win, and that's to be expected. And farm referrals. Ideally, you need some sort of kind of following for this. So follow me, use my referral. Either way, I do like how it's done, but we have no idea how the tokenomics will look. Do you want $1,000? Yes, please. So deBridge globs are here. So teamed up with an artist, Artiflexer, and a free collectible art drop on Drip. And I've covered Drip enough times, I think you can work it out yourself. You go and claim a free glob collectible for a points multiplier on all activity, 2 weeks. Multipliers will appear on deBridge once they are active. And then you go and fill out a form. This form is here, and there's $1,000 that can be won 5 times. You have to make at least 5 bridge transfers to and from Solana on deBridge.finance. Worth doing because 1, you may get points from deBridge, and 2, you might be lucky and win $1,000. So it's worth, 20 minutes of activity? It's worth doing. We've got some big news from Coinbase Wallet. They are now powered by Jupiter Exchange on the Solana blockchain. So their wallet's stepping up the game. Now more news from Jupiter. There's always stuff from Jupiter every single day. And essentially they have what they call the core working group. They have the Uplink working group. I'm part of the Uplink working group with YouTube and stuff like that on their channel. And then they're creating the Cadet working group, the Reddit working group, and the Jupe.eco working group. So Jupe.eco is literally just Jupe.eco. You can go there to find out all the various information. It's supposed to be like a community hub of information. Because of course, there's too much happening all the time. You need to be full-time in crypto to even keep up. And that's just not an actual possibility for the majority of people. So they've gone ahead, they've had their town halls. Then tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. UTC, there'll be the planetary call. Make it if you can. They will basically be presenting a brief overview of their proposal so they can grab some funds and then push Jupe on their respective channels. And then start voting from Thursday 3 p.m. So there'll be 3 individual votes. Each trial work group will be submitting a USDC operational budget for a working group trial period. And then this voting is going to be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it ends Sunday 4 p.m. UTC Of course, every time you vote, you get active staking rewards, so you must vote. We'll put it on the calendar. Calendar will be linked below. That'll be updated later on today by someone that works a little bit later. Now on to UpRock. If you like UpRock, they're expanding the UpRock Ambassador program worldwide, so get amongst it. They've just surpassed 1 million installs, and thanks very much to UpRock for actually putting out that I've covered them in a recent video. And I cover a lot of dApps all the time, and it's very, very rare that someone actually says, hey, thank you. So thank you. And other dApps out there, help me out, let me help you out. Just put out the tweet, easy. Now on to Greed. I've covered Greed in a dedicated video. You can watch that, that'll be linked at the top somewhere. The real Greed launch is now finally set for Thursday, May 2nd. It was going to be launched before, but unfortunately Solana congestion was just insane. There was no point in doing any of it, but now we've got a time. So this is not the best time in terms of attention. I think it'll be worthwhile. I have no idea what the price will do, but I'll be jumping in regardless. Nothing crazy though. If you actually go to the website, you'll see you can go all the way up to 10 SOL. I'm not going to go and put in 10 SOL. Some people will. I will go ahead and retweet the tweet, and I will even allow write permissions. I do not think I'm going to get burnt. I'm only going to do it with my account, no company accounts or anything like that. Do you want to win a horse from Photofinish? Well, first thing, you have to make sure you've claimed your 3 free shots at winning 100k in Crown. Remember, this is only open for US and Canadian residents. However, I'm not entirely sure how, but you can now sell them on Magic Eden. So maybe you could even sell the winning one for like, I don't know, 50 grand, 60 grand. They have to factor in taxes and all that sort of jazz. Who knows? But right now, the actionable is following Saturday night's 150th Kentucky Derby. We'll select 2 random cards, I'm assuming, featuring 0 correct numbers. So go and take a screenshot of your cards, flick them in, and may you potentially win an unraced horse. No idea what that's worth, but it'll be worth something. Radiant DAO is kicking off a Bonkathon hackathon. This looks really great. $350,000 in prizes. And if we go to the website, we can see it all here. There's consumer apps, gaming, public goods, finance, DeFi, AI, and continuation. So get amongst this. Do you want to get your paws on some more Bonk? Join Revolut app and just do the Learn and Earn program. This would probably be the best thing for you to grab your normie friends in. Just get them amongst it. It wouldn't take much time. They'll learn a little bit. Maybe they get like $10 worth of Bonk. Maybe at the height of the market, could be worth like $50, $60 more. Who knows? I think it's worth doing. We have a new video out from the Degenerate Ape Academy. The Recruits issue 1, all the juicy details from Studio NX and the Degenerate Ape Academy. So here's our handsome Nicky here, and he's having a chat going through all of how it's going to be. And this is going to be minting 1st of May, tomorrow. Supply 2,000, $25 in SOL. I'll be minting a decent number. I would love to grab all of the artwork. This for me is kind of like a bit of provenance again. There's already been Studio NX, that's been released. And then there's this. Just keep in mind, this is a core NFT. It's not officially supported by Phantom. So if you buy it, I'll show you on a tutorial, but you need to send it via Tensor. This looks really, really cool, and I'll be getting amongst it. Watch this video, and if it interests you, go and grab some. Phantom has hit 7 million monthly active users. Clearly, there's a lot more demand coming in. We got some news from JitoSOL. JitoSOL is now available as a native ERC20 token on Arbitrum by leveraging wormholes and native token transfers. Now, there's a lot of liquidity over on Ethereum and Arbitrum and the EVMs. There's more money over there. There's more OG money, and OG money basically dictates what's going to happen. So the great news is people can go and gain exposure to JitoSOL over on Ethereum and just let it sit there. Price appreciates, they do well. Drift Protocol, by the way, they've just gone and reduced fees by 75%, which is absolutely insane. I have no idea how long it's for though, but at present, 75% fee reduction. Blessed Burgers, I was eliminated because of my own silliness, just not setting a reminder. If you're playing this game, then the next game starts today, 5 PM UTC. And with WenCoin, you can now reserve your own .wen domain, so it can be sebmontgomery.wen as an example. It's $120 worth? No, it's not going to be $120 worth of Wen. However, you can go and grab one. Of course you can. I went and grabbed some Bonk ones way back when Bonk was very, very cheap in the kind of first few weeks. And then each domain name in terms of Bonk cost, you know, it's worth, I don't know, it was an insane amount, hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So maybe if when it actually goes up in value, I think it will, maybe it's not the best idea. Maybe you'll be rewarded, or maybe you just want one. If you want one, go grab one. And then finally, a little reminder, dePioneers, I didn't put my referral link in yesterday. I'm sorry. You can use it today. Watch my video on dePioneers or the section on it in yesterday's video if you want. I'm very bullish on these. I'll keep on buying a couple, but I'll be aiming to have at least 10 of them. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll have a video out on dePioneers tomorrow. Now the actionables, let's run through them very quickly. Claim your Kamino from 12 p.m. UTC, sell them, buy some more. I'm just going to be staking mine. Sign up to Sanctum's Wonderland using code. This is my code. Please use it. Claim your super vector tickets at mint.photofinish.live. This is on the base network, not Solana related, but still worth doing. Claim deBridge's glob on drip and do the quests. Remember, you need to do 5 swaps or 5 bridging actions with deBridge. And if you're in Blessed Burgers, game 3.5 starts at 5 p.m. UTC today. That's all for today. Stay curious. Catch you in the next video.